Sorry about that. We're back, everyone. Welcome back. We are back with a preview show. QPR have Coventry tomorrow. Live at the Mattrade Stadium. We are a bit late on this one, I'll be honest with you. This was meant to go out yesterday, and obviously I've been a bit busy with other stuff, so I apologize. Now we will be live again tonight, watching Birmingham v Leicester. I'm gonna try add some more watch-alongs if you guys are enjoying it. But yeah, we're gonna stick with QPR stuff as well, mainly. But what we got today is we've got a previous show. We've updated a bit of stuff. We have just to make it a bit more exciting for you guys. So we're gonna talk about QPR and Charlton tomorrow. What obviously we need to do. We're just gonna do a breakdown of what we expect from Charlton tomorrow, and also we're gonna have a listen to what basically Julian Stefan said, and obviously we've got some big news today as well. So there is a lot of transfer activity going on with QPR in the market, but obviously we'll do that at the end. But I just want to say congratulations to Kieran Morgan first, making the under-20s England squad. So big congratulations to him. I think it's our first or second ever player to actually go into the youth system for England. So big shout outs to him. Keep up the hard work, just proving to us what we are doing correctly with the youth team, bringing up English talent and obviously other nations as well. So congratulations to him. Leave a comment below congratulating him if you want. Totally fine by that. But yeah, we're live today. Do this hard bloody stuff with QPR at the moment, as yeah, it's pretty much a must win tomorrow, ain't it? So we got Charlton. Now looking at what we got here in result wise, have a look. So we obviously haven't got a win yet this season at all. Charlton have 2, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. We're just gonna have a look at it here. I'm just trying to find the bloody thing again. Let's go over the overview. Yeah, so Charlton's first game at home was away against Watford, I believe, which they beat Watford 1-0. Then they played Stevenage in the Cup, which was a 3-1 win, qualifying them to the next round. Then they drew 0-0 with Bristol City, lost to Leicester last week 1-0, and they lost this week in the Carabao Cup to Cambridge United. So, yes, they have the advantage of the 2 wins, one in the league and one in the Carabao Cup. A draw against Bristol and a loss, obviously, against Leicester, which is a positive sign for us. It's because, obviously, even though we haven't won, hopefully we can go into this home game like we did at Preston in the first 20 minutes and just keep that momentum for the full 90 this time. So, yeah. Now, looking at the team of Charlton, so they're going to be very defensive. That's a big point. So, looking at their average rating for this season, their defense in the sense of Kaminsky in goal, which is a big worry for us. He is a very good shot stopper, and he could be compared to Nardi in some ways. They have brought in Ramsey at left back, Bell, Jones and Edwards, which are all carrying over a 7.3 or above average rating of this season. So defensively, they're going to be on point. Now, I tried to look at a couple of videos of them, but they play a bit of a weird style, they do. I wouldn't say they're a possession-based team, but they do keep to attack. They do. It looks like the only way that I can see what Leicester did to beat them was counter-attacking football, where they spreaded the most of the Charlton out wide. They did. So maybe that's something that we need to look into. Obviously, I'm not saying Julian Stefan hasn't got this. I'm just obviously having a look at an analyst for our sake to go from there. So my opinion on Charlton, we should win it. But as a team that we have, we should win it. But as you can see in the head-to-head, on recent results, we've only won one. That's wrong, actually. So yeah, tell a lie, that's wrong. So yeah, recent results with Charlton haven't been great. So yeah, we got a worrying about the defensive wise. So that's the only thing for me that I'm worried about is the defense of Charlton Athletic. but going from inside there, I would say I've put this team out now, so I'll show you now the predicted, which I would put out for against Charlton. Just gotta find the image. Give me a second. I think that's the one there. Right, cool. Right. So as you can see, that is the team that I've obviously put out to see what obviously I think is the best, strongest side to play against Charlton Athletic. I will just do this quickly. Sorry about this. Right, so as you can see, Nardi in goal. Now, the reason why I want Nardi in goal is pretty much, I think he's better than Joe Walsh. He's a good shot stopper. He can command the defense and the area, and he's very good at saving reflexible saves. So he's a very good keeper in my opinion. I've always said this since last season. So yeah, he's my number one. He should be no Joe Walsh, unfortunately. Nardi is hopefully going to be in goal tomorrow. Now in defense, I've gone with Mbengu on the left, centre back, and Morrison on the right. Now as you can see, that is a 4-2-3-1, not a 3 at your back, 2 at the back, or whatever you want to say. But I've gone with Mbengu and Morrison. Morrison can play both left and right, but I honestly believe that he plays better on the right. And Mbengu obviously plays better on the left because he can play left back as well. Now, the reason why I've chose these two is because I believe there are two best centre backs available at the moment. And Mbengu is a very good player in defensive wise, in tackling and everything like that. Getting into challenges, he's not scared whatsoever, as we know against Preston. Now, Morrison is more of that ball playing defender which likes to run with the ball a bit more up front, forward, and likes to pin those balls into areas of players. So he is a great tackler though as well, but he's also good in the air. Well, recently he's not been great in the air. He actually got outdone by a 6'6" player in Watford. So we got a lot to see on that one. We do. Now moving on to the wing backs. So I've put Norrington Davis, the new signing that we got on loan, on the left. Now the reason why I put him in is because I just don't think Esquidine is ready. I just don't think he's ready. I was thinking of putting Vale on the left back, but I think with Field at the moment, he just doesn't seem to be like on point. I don't know why. It's just the start of the season, he's not had a great run in, and I just think Vale might be the best person at the moment to be that box to box player for us. But yeah, Norrington Davis left back. See how he does. He's got the experience, and yeah, we need to go from there really. With Norrington Davis. Now on the right, obviously big man Dunn. I've got no faults about putting him in right back. He is our captain. Now, unless you put a 3 at the back, you never know. But for me, this is my formation and what I will do against Charlton. So Dunn would be my right back just because he has been marvellous in that role last season. He's not kicked off, obviously, yet this season because he's been injured. But hopefully, fingers crossed, whereas he's come back against Coventry City, he kicks in tomorrow and, yeah, he can get that team sorted out and work a lot better around the team. Now, in midfield, like I said, I've got Vale and Jonathan Varane. Now, a lot of people are going to criticise about the Varane in the middle because he didn't play well in his first game back, pretty much against Coventry. Yeah, I would say, for me, he's our best holding defender, midfielder, sorry. I think the reason why he was so bad on the weekend against Coventry was just because of the freer midfield. We actually used Kieran Morgan as like a type of Carolero type of player, I believe, where he was more side to side pivot, where Varane is not really great working relations in a midfield with 3. He's more best with a 2. He gets lost and confused. I think we saw it against Blackburn last year when we had 3 in midfield when he got sent off. So yeah, I put Vale and Varane together in like a pivot with making sure box to box Vale and holding midfielder in Varane. Vale is pretty much going to work well with Chair in front of him. As you can see, I put Chair. Chair's going to hold that midfield and obviously around the whole box. Which he has been doing this season, which I prefer him in the middle. So Chair will be my middleman, playmaker, number 10 as it goes. Now, as you can see on the wings, we've got Dembele on the right and Sato on the left. Now, obviously, we're going to look at the... I haven't seen the actual match preview for QPR's sake in the sense of Julian Stefan's interview. We're going to do that now in a second in this. I thought we'd save it for this. Just a new thing that I want to try and see what everyone's saying on that. Now, I've heard little rumours that Sato might not be fit enough for tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. But Sato for me is that left wing where he could probably get the ball, get into the box like we've seen him last season, just to help Kone. Dembele, I don't really want him in the box. I want him to, if Chair drops to the left or into the box, Dembele can pivot into the middle just to cover. I just don't think Dembele does well in the box whatsoever. He gets lost and tackled too many times. He does. If he's out of the box, I reckon he gets the ball, gets a shot in or across. Happy days. And then obviously you should see Kone up front. Now they did say Kone might be ready. Yeah, I'll be honest. Chair is injured and out for a while. Yeah, I'm not sure, mate. I'll be honest, I'm not sure. I've got to check it. That's why I haven't seen the interview yet, so that's why obviously I put it in there. This was all done yesterday. Like I said, it should have been out yesterday. But we'll see what happens. If it's not Chair, then I like chances are he's going to use Vale and Field instead. But this is obviously going from what I thought, obviously, with the squad. Obviously, didn't know the news. I thought it'd be back. So they didn't really put any news out there of Chair's injury. But yeah, Kone up front, obviously, just pretty much because he's ready. In my opinion, he scored the goal against Coventry, and he needs 75 minutes in his name. You only get 75 minutes if you start. So hopefully Kone can start and get a couple of goals tomorrow, and hopefully Kelman doesn't. So that's one of the biggest fears for us is about Kelman getting a goal or so. So we need to defend that really well. We do. Now that is a team. Now let's have a look at. I'm just gonna go onto the QPR website quickly and see the match preview. I don't know if I should pull it out loud just because obviously I don't know if it's copyrighted or not. So that's all. So yeah. I might put headphones in. I don't know. We'll see. How's everyone doing anyway? Everyone happy for tomorrow? Tired, nervous? So Julian at the moment, just obviously I'm looking at, obviously everyone's probably seen the interview, but he's obviously just talking about we need to show on Saturday about we need to fight, we need to show pride, we need to give the fans what they need, you know, and stuff like that. So yeah. I'll be honest, right? He's pissed off. I know he is. You know, because that result is a shambles. That result was appalling, honestly. Oh, honestly, I've got a phone on mute. keep forgetting to. Sorry, people. No, you don't want to hear that. This time. So, for what I got told, so I'm looking on Twitter now. So Ilias Share is probably gonna be injured. He wants to use Harvey Vale as an 8 or a 10. He does. So we won't see him at left back that much. So an 8 or 10. So he's gonna be playing where, like I said, where Varane is or where Chair is gonna play there. Did anyone watch the interview with West London Sport with Julian Stefan? He had that question. He was gonna go mental. I thought. How we want to say. Well, that's like. Option. Right, so what I can hear what he's saying is basically, yeah, it's gonna be a different game tomorrow. What he pretty much said is already at the Coventry interview that he had. But yeah, I haven't. He didn't say anything about Chair. He didn't. I didn't say anything about Chair. Have a look. Where did we get this? Where was the source of the Chair? Or was he not playing? I know there was something about. I know there was something about Clark Solar. Yeah. Anyway, right. So as you know, like I said, the Charlton game, it's a must win. 100%. It's a must win. We can't have any like excuses. You know, it's the fourth game it is, and we need that, and it's at home. We need to win this. We need points on the board. I know it's too early to talk about sackings and stuff like that, but if he does lose, the pressure's just gonna be with him and the flat fans. I wouldn't say the ownership in him, just because of the fact being that it's too early to say. I always say to myself, I'm not gonna put pressure on a manager until end of September. And that's when obviously you got to judge the manager. Is he going to be the right person or isn't he? A lot of people give it till Christmas, but for me, it's you've had 2 months and a preseason, and if you haven't got a single win on the board, it's not a good look in my opinion. So yeah, but hopefully, fingers crossed, the team that we see tomorrow is going to be a lot better than the one at Coventry. Like I said, I like Burrell, but I just don't think he's a first team player for us yet. I think Dembele, Sato would come ahead of him. I think Kone would come ahead of him. You know, I know Sellers gone now on loan, and hopefully he does well. But that's another person gone down. I know we're still in a market for a couple of players, which include apparently. So Ronnie Edwards, for what I'm hearing, is Ronnie Edwards looks like it's not going to happen unless something happens on deadline day. They don't want to sell Ronnie Edwards, but Southampton fans have said you never know because they're always making up excuses. They are. I know there's a medical happening with one of the youngsters from abroad, a European player, and we've also apparently put a bid in for someone else, which I is another. I think it's Hamby or something like that. I'm not sure. So yeah, we signed a youngster called Alamiyehu for 60,000. I don't know if this is the player that scored against Chelsea. Actually, I'm not too sure. He's a midfielder anyway. So yeah, I don't know much about him, but I'm gonna try my best to find out some more information on some of these players. And when we talk about it tomorrow, or possibly even Monday, Sunday, whenever, hopefully we can get that sorted. But yep, that is the preview show for today. I know it's not much covered. I still got to do a lot of work on certain bits and bobs. But we'll leave it there. We're gonna be back on tonight. We are for Birmingham versus Leicester, I believe it is. So tune in and watch that if you want to. Totally up to you. But we're gonna leave it there for now. It's gone for 22 minutes. So you know. I know we had the video out stream on Tuesday for almost an hour, so that was a mad one. But fingers crossed tomorrow. I'm hoping for a good result. Leave your predictions, leave your results, key players to watch in the comments. Like, subscribe if you want to, and we'll leave it there for today. We'll catch you in a bit.